Looks like we are live, and it's Texting Tuesday for the week of July 14th, 2020. I've got a good one, a couple of different things to share with everyone that I think you're going to like and enjoy, and hopefully we'll get you more business. So, what I want to do first and foremost is make sure that we're actually live. Let me know if you can hear me and see me in the comments. Give the old thumbs up, or even the old heart, emoji if you feel so inclined. Rick, welcome, welcome. At least we have one person watching. Okay, so let's give a little context for those of you who might be new to Texting Tuesday, and just some general information. So the idea behind Texting Tuesday is taking advantage of a best practice that we've been talking about for years and years and years, which is to send a mass or broadcast communication to either your entire database or your database of unconverted leads or some segment thereof, buyer leads, seller leads, sphere of influence, whatever the case may be. And for many years, that meant an email, right? An email broadcast. But now, Brian and Sean, welcome, welcome. But now we've also incorporated broadcast text messages. Hence Texting Tuesday. Now, texting, it used to be Texting Thursday, and actually it was coined by our one and only Lisa Kelly. I've just found for my personal schedule, Texting Tuesday works better. Do you have to send these out on Tuesdays? Absolutely not, right? It's whatever schedule works for you. But some things to keep in mind with this. You definitely want to make sure, depending on the type of text message that you're sending out, that you have time in your schedule to follow up with the responses that you get, because you are going to get a number of responses depending on the type of communication, right? And there, Dave, hello. Ron, hello. There are a number of different or a few different categories of messages that we send. One of them would be more of a re-engagement type of communication. Hey, are you still interested in this thing? Are you still interested in our 60-day dream home program? Are you still interested in getting more information about special financing options that are available right now? Are you still interested in selling your home? Are you interested in checking out all of the pool homes available right now, which might be a great one, right? That kind of communication, okay? That's one. Another style is what we're going to send today, which is more informational, right? It's more like instead of re-engaging and checking their temperature, it's positioning and providing value and information to them, okay? And so that's the communication that I'm going to send today. Now, because of my schedule and so forth, really what I should have done is, and what I will do when I send this as an email, is to shoot my own video around this topic. But the topic of today's communication is about where home prices are headed, because that's probably on a lot of people's mind who are thinking about buying or selling. Like, where are prices going, right? So let me share my screen. I love the company called Keeping Current Matters, okay? And I am a subscriber. I think it's $40 a month, and they give you all kinds of fantastic content. And every morning they send you a new blog post that you can leverage. You can send by email, you can post it on your social, et cetera, et cetera. And today's says, what are experts saying about home prices? And it's a short little article with a number of different, you can see here, projections on future home prices over the next 12 months. Actually, as I see here. Some of them are for the remainder of the year, this current year. Some of them are for the next 12 months, a rolling 12 months. Okay. And then in this article, they address the one major outlier, which is CoreLogic, saying that they think over the next 12 months, there's going to be a 6.6% drop, which just doesn't make any sense if you just look at simple supply and demand. I mean, I'm certain, well, if I had to guess, all of you on here are in markets where there is way more buyer demand than there is supply of houses, way more, which I just don't know how that scenario leads to downward pressure on home prices, right? I'm not an economist. I'm not paid for that kind of information, but simple logic tells me that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So what we're going to do is simply take this blog post, and I'll show you what it looks like. I'll show you what it looks like as the actual post. This is kind of my member dashboard, but let's take a look at what it looks like. Okay, so you can see this is all branded towards me. Okay, it's all branded towards me. They can get more information, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so we're going to copy that URL, and I'm going to send this as a text broadcast. But also this week, either tomorrow or Thursday, I'm going to create my own sort of video review of this post, or kind of my perspective on the content. Sean, that's very kind of you. No, they're great. They're great. I'm going to provide my own context about this information, and then I'll email that out. I'll also post it on social media, etc. I've already posted this on my social, at least a couple of places. But let's take a look at how we're gonna text broadcast this out. So I'm going to do this in KV Core. I could also, maybe next week I'll show you how to do the mass text broadcast through LionDesk. I'll do that next week maybe. But we're going to go CRM. And this information is relevant to my entire database. It's relevant to everybody. So I'm going to clear the filters. I'm going to choose filter, and I'm going to go has phone subscribed. Wow, that's a lot. Holy moly. Well, I'm not gonna do the copy and paste over and over and over here, because in KV Core you can only do 100 at a time. So I'm not going to do that over and over, but I'll show you one so you can see an example. Now I can't remember. I don't think you can exclude, because there's some of these that I don't want to send to. Yeah, well, we'll just have to deselect. Close that. So we're going to select all, and then I'm going to deselect the ones that aren't relevant. This is a different campaign that I'm running for folks, for my lender, and this won't be. You know what? Who cares? I don't know why I'm doing that. The information's relevant regardless of where they're at. So we'll just go ahead and send it to everybody. So we'll go mass text. Oh. The experts saying about home prices. Down here. Simple as that. What are the experts saying about home prices? Question mark. Find out right here. Find out here. Right here. No, we'll just do it here. Keep it short when it's texting. Okay. And what I'll do is later this week, either tomorrow or Thursday, once I create the email broadcast, I'll share that in here as well too, so you can model that if you'd like. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that. Now, what do you do if you're not a KCM member, right? You could recreate some of that data, right? You can make your own blog post, or you don't have to do this kind, right? There are lots and lots of options. So here's another option that I was going to do, that I was going to use this week. So let me give you some other options. So we talked about the general re-engagement, right? Then we've got a content piece, which is what this one is. Then you could send out, and this has worked wonderfully, you can send out a specific listing, a listing that just hit the market or just had a price reduction. Every time I do that in KV Core, I get a huge spike of people coming back to the website, and that fires off their automated communication and follow-up and so forth. That's another one you could do. Another one, which is what I was thinking about doing, is, let's say, and this is kind of like our market maker, right? Or matchmaker kind of concept. Let's say you're showing properties later this week. Well, you segment out maybe the homeowners or the prospects in your database that are in the area that you're taking these clients out to look, and you say, hey, I'm going to be out looking at homes with some clients Friday morning. They're looking for X. Have you heard anybody talking about selling that might fit that criteria? Okay. Maybe that's one we'll do next week for sure. But there are lots of different options here. And if none of those make sense, you can go back and there are a whole bunch of these live sessions in the group with lots of different script ideas that you can go back and check them out. David says, where did the link for the info come from? It came from Keeping Current Matters. Keeping Current Matters. It's a great service. They provide a ton of value for the minimal cost per month. Let's go ahead. You know what? I'm going to share this on LinkedIn as well. Post. Check out what experts are saying about 20 and into. Let's add some hashtags. Oh, there we go. We can add some more, but go ahead and share that. There we go. So, any other questions, thoughts, questions, comments, thoughts, or ideas? Sorry, I'm a little tongue-tied. And what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to make you guys watch all of this, but I literally have to go through 15 pages of these to send them out. I'm sure KV Core loves me for doing that, but it is what it is. And I cannot stress how important this weekly practice is. The weekly practice of sending out a broadcast or mass text and a broadcast or mass email. Neither of these can or should be automated. Should you use automated follow-up communication? Absolutely. But that is different from this, right? This is how you can stay top of mind, build your brand, and make sure that when the people in your database, when their motivation hits a tipping point, or when they hear a friend or family member talking about buying or selling real estate, that you're the one they refer. You're the one that they call or text or email and say, hey, I've been getting your messages. You don't know me, but I feel like I know you. We'd like to sell our house and trade up to a new construction, or we'd like to sell our house and downsize into a ranch house, and we'd like your help with it. Like, those are the kind of communications you will get if you create this regular habit and you continue every day to add more people to that database who's receiving those communications. And if you'd like our help with that, we do have agency level or agency type of services that we can help you with keeping your database full of potential prospects and potential clients. Let's see. Any other questions, thoughts, comments, or ideas? For those of you who are new and you missed this, maybe you didn't catch it from the very beginning. As soon as we're wrapped up here, the replay, quote unquote, will be available. You can watch it from the beginning, from start to finish. And as I have been yapping here, I'm almost done with the whole list here. So that's kind of cool. Let's see here. Oh, starting to get responses. That's cool. All right. Well, if no other questions, I'm going to let everybody get to it, get to taking some action. If you do have something and just weren't comfortable commenting here, you can certainly send me a private message. You can call or text me, email me. Actually had somebody reach out to me this morning via text from my email and had a great conversation with Mindy about EXP. Did I use, so they have Bitly integrated directly into, KCM has Bitly directly integrated. So all I did in here was I asked for a short URL and it created the Bitly link. But certainly you can use Bitly. I also use Rebrandly, which I actually forgot about. I could have used that. But I forgot, no big deal. Maybe next time. Vicky, you're very welcome. Thank you for that. What mortgage company in PA offers the HOP grant? Well, the HOP funds are almost gone. But the one that I've been using for that, Sean, is North Point Bank. North Point Bank. But the HOP grant funds, as I understand it, are almost dried up, which is a bummer. But it is what it is. Okay. Looks like that's it, and that's all. Everybody get to kicking butt the rest of the week. I will share the video content that I create around this article and the email that I send out either tomorrow or Thursday as well. And if you need anything at all, please do not hesitate to ask. Take care, talk soon, and take action.